Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego with the beautiful Karina here in the beautiful cold Panhandle of Florida. And we are here to give you free advice on how to process your K1 visa. If you like free stuff, if you haven't yet submitted your K1 visa to the lockbox in Louisville, Texas, and you want to know how to do it for free, this is the place to be because I've done it twice. And here is my beautiful Karina, Mrs. Ross. We got married on Sunday. We went through the K1 visa process just like you guys. And the process is not easy. We understand that it's not easy. And so we are here to give you the information that you want and that you need to get through this process calmly, stress free, and with as minimal expense as possible. So if you watch the videos that I've made for you guys, this is your channel. If you watch the videos, you can learn how to do this K1 visa thing without paying an immigration attorney. Now, I got no problem with immigration attorneys. I'm sure they do a good job. Some do, some don't. But you really don't need one for this K1 visa, spousal visa paperwork. It's easy stuff. It's just a long, drawn out process. It takes a long time. It took us 628 days to get to this point. And Francois Livingston, good evening, Diego and Karina. Bonjour, Francois. Comment ça va? Denise Jefferson, the #1 channel supporter. Good evening, Mr. and Mrs. Ross. Again, beneficiaries are showing up for appointments in Lagos only to be told that they have been rescheduled. Would that be an issue with the US or Nigeria? Well, it's not a problem with the United States. It's in the State Department, in the National Visa Center. It's a problem with the US Embassy in Lagos, Nigeria. Lagos, Nigeria, the US Embassy in Lagos, Nigeria, the ambassador runs the show. The ambassador, his consular officers, they run the show. So they're the problem right there. I don't know why that's happening. They're showing up for their appointments, so they go into their appointments, and they're getting told at the embassy that they have been rescheduled. Are they giving people the new dates for the embassy interviews? Are they getting the new dates? Do they give them a new? Do they tell them right there and then, this is the new date of your visa interview? I don't know. I'll find out. And if Juanita's watching right here, if I can get in my drawer, we got the email address for the presidential letter for Colombia. So Denise, the embassy is the problem, not the NVC, not the USCIS. It's the State Department embassy in Lagos, Nigeria, that's creating these problems. And we will figure it out, okay? You're going to get your K1 visa, Denise. You're going to get it. You're going to get it. But we just got to go through this process. Tina, good evening, Diego and Karina. We received a notification that USCIS will be sending out a notice of appointment for biometrics. Well, that's good. That's great. Now, biometrics is going to be done either in your home country and in the United States of America. Okay? You got to do the biometrics twice, once in the home country and once in the USA. When I apply for Karina's green card, she will get a letter from immigration giving her a day and a time for her biometrics. So it's a continual process of irritation, money, and time. And it sucks, but it is what it is, and we're going to get you through it. We're in the same boat as you guys, right? Let me see. Because of Jesus channel. That's a great YouTube channel right there. Good morning, Diego and Karina. What's going on? Wandering Terrier. Hey, Diego and Karina, thank you for everything you do. No problem. Yesterday, myself and my fiance found out our case has moved to the MVC stage after just 9 months. Just over 9 months. Things are speeding up. Wandering Terrier, you're in England, right? Aren't you in the United Kingdom? Things are speeding up, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, things are getting faster. You like my Colombian hat right here? Do you like that? My landlord, well, when we lived in Bogota, Colombia, my landlord bought me that hat as a gift when we left Colombia. But I wear my Venezuelan hat for our support for freedom in Venezuela. And Karina, she bought me my Clint Eastwood camisole right here because I like Clint Eastwood. And we were walking down the road in Bogota and she saw this and she bought it for me. And it's nice and warm. I feel like Clint Eastwood wearing this thing. I just don't have a horse. Let me see. So that's good, Wandering Chariot. Good news. Abdella Quieta. Hi, Diego. I want to know the types of questions at the airport for K1 visa. Karina didn't get any questions. They asked her 0 questions. She went into the airport Border Patrol office. She sat down and waited for about 10 minutes. Then they called her up to the counter and they said, "We need your passport." She gave them the passport. They put in the form I-94. They took all the stuff out of her bag, her packet of stuff that was all taped up, right? Everything was taped up. We didn't open it. Now, the immigration officer in Bogota, Colombia, he wanted to open it. I said, "Don't touch that. If you touch that, you're going to be in trouble with the U.S. State Department and me." And he went, "Why can't I see what's inside it?" I said, "It's secret. It's top secret documents for the U.S. government. And can't you see it says U.S. government stamped all over it, U.S. Embassy?" He went, "Okay, I won't touch it." I said, "That's a good move on your part." But they didn't ask Karina any questions, Abdahali. All they did was take the stuff out of her bag, process the paperwork in the sealed package, took her passport, stamped it, put an I-94 form entry document in there saying that she went face-to-face with a Border Patrol officer. They asked me more questions. They were asking me more questions than Karina. I'm like, "Well, I'm already here, dude. I don't need to answer your questions." But I did. Tina, does this mean our I-485 has been approved? Let me see. Tina, what was the question? Okay. So you filed for your green card and you got a letter from Biometrics. Yeah, that means your green card's been approved. They wouldn't send you to Biometrics if you didn't have an approved green card. Bud Garcia, hello, Diego and Karina from Washington State. Now, Bud, your beautiful fiance is in Thailand, right? In beautiful Thailand. Wandering Terrier, yes, I am in England. Eat some fish and chips because the fish and chips in the United States do not taste the same as the fish and chips in England. If I was in England right now, I'd be eating fish and chips with pickled onion, cotton chips, haddock and chips with salt and vinegar every day. That's my favorite. Let's see here. Bud Garcia, I have a question for you. How long did it take from Anyway 2 to get your welcome letter from the NBC? 119 days. But that's my K1 visa. Your K1 visa could be different. It was 119 days. So what's that? 119 days, right, is 3.9 months, almost 4 months. But don't base your K1 visa on our K1 visa because everybody's visa is different. Bud Garcia, congratulations on your wedding. Thank you, Bud. We are Mr. and Mrs. now. Karina waited 2 years. We've been together forever. We dated forever. And then I filed the K1 visa package in April of 2022. And we finally were able to get married in January of 2024. That's insane, right? It's a long time. But we love each other. We know the process is difficult, and we stuck it out, and here we are. And today, Karina went for her medical exam in Pensacola, okay? We got the sealed envelope for the medical exam, which this is the form I-693 with her vaccination documents, and that is going in our green card application, okay? If you don't have a 693 in a sealed envelope with vaccination records to give to you for your green card application, you got to get a new medical exam done. That's the way the process works. You learn new stuff here every day, right? I'm going to save you from an RFE. When you file your 485 and your 864, include your 693 for your green card. Let me see here. Ross Lee, I like that name. Diego, good to see you. Good to see you, Ross. My case shows ready at the embassy in Bogota. Okay. It had been about a month now. Is that normal? What should I do? Number one, Ross Lee, the U.S. Embassy in Bogota, Colombia is overworked and understaffed. They're overwhelmed with lots of K1s, tourists. There's like hundreds of tourists, B2 tourist visas they process, and spousal visas. What you need to do with the ready status, Ross Lee, is send an email to the U.S. Embassy in Bogota, Colombia, and ask them for your packet 3, packet 4 email for instructions. That's what you got to do. That's what I did. Send them an email, include in the subject line your beneficiary's name and case number. Okay? Send an email to the embassy in Bogota. Say, I need my packet 3, packet 4 email, please. Very respectfully. Put your beneficiary's passport number, her date of birth, case number, and if you have the case number from the DS-160, include that. Then they can find you in the system that quick, and they will tell you what's going on. Okay? You got it, Ross. You got it, right? Bud Garcia, yes, she is. All right. She's in Thailand. My dad lives in Thailand. He didn't want to go through this immigration stuff. He married a lady from Thailand, and he stayed there. He didn't do any of this paperwork. Denise Jefferson, my beneficiary is telling me that they only announce appointments during the daytime hours. Okay. Is there any benefit to me trying while they are sleeping in Lagos? What time of day did you get your appointment? Well, I went on the computer at 4:30 in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning here in Florida, and I jumped on the computer early, and there was one appointment open for November, and there was none for December of 2023. So I took that appointment at 4:30 in the morning. It was right around 4:30 in the morning. It was for the biometrics, the visa interview, and then I paid the visa fee. First, I paid the visa fee. I paid the $265 with my credit card. The U.S. government snatched it out of my bank quicker than you can shake a stick. It was like, poof, they took my money. I mean, it's like when I file my taxes, I write them a check because I don't want to give them my bank account information. And boom, they cash it within 24 hours. That's how quick the government will take your money. And then once they took my money, I did the DS-160 with Karina. I paid the visa fee. I scheduled the biometrics, and I scheduled the visa interview. Within 2 days, because I waited a couple of days for the check to clear, but not for the check for the credit card to clear, but it already cleared. It was already paid. That's how quick it was. What time of the day did you set your appointment? Denise Jefferson, I got up at 4:30 in the morning and set it. 4:30 in the morning would be 5:30 Colombia time. Bud Garcia, okay, my NOA-2 was approved on October 20th and still haven't heard anything. Yes, what do you think? Well, here's something. Okay, your NOA-2 was approved on October 20th. That's the end of October, so November, December, January. You should be getting your NVC welcome letter this month, early February at the latest, the first week or 2 of February or this month. So you got about 2 to 3 weeks. You'll get it. You'll get it. Not much longer, okay? Chris and Emil. Hi. What's going on, Chris and Emil? How are you guys? Where do you live? What country are you trying to get your visa from? Because of Jesus channel. Diego, I have been waiting for an interview date in Ankara, Turkey, like 3 months, and it's not working. They're busy in Ankara, Turkey. Okay, now they're processing K1 visas every day in Ankara, Turkey. They're processing visas. You just got to keep looking. Twice a day, look for an open slot. You'll get a spot. Like the person in Morocco. The person in Morocco was like 4 months, 5 months trying to get an appointment. I told him, keep looking, keep looking, keep looking, twice a day. And then last week, or was it a few days ago, he told me that an appointment finally opened up and he took it and got it. You got to be patient, okay? You can do it. Let me see. They're busy because of Jesus channel. They are busy. Ross Lee, should I already fill out the DS-160? Fill out the DS-160 and submit it when you get the packet 3, packet 4 email from the embassy in Bogota. Okay? Don't submit a DS-160 to the embassy in Bogota without paying the visa fee and without following the directions on the packet 3, packet 4 email. Okay? Just wait. You got to listen to me, Ross, listen to me. Send an email to the embassy in Bogota. In the subject line of the email, put your beneficiary's full name and case number, okay? And then put in the subject in the email, say, look, my beneficiary's name is, I'm the sponsor, my beneficiary's name is this, her full name, her passport number, your case number, invoice number if you have it, and date of birth, and say, what's the status of my visa? I got ready status. Can you send me the packet 3, packet 4 email? They will respond back to you. The embassy will not. Well, they won't ignore you. They'll say, we're busy right now. Wait for a couple of weeks, or they'll send it to you, and then you can get going on your scheduling your interview. Okay, you got it. Don't be in a big hurry, Ross. This is not a quick process. I got an itchy nose. Woo. It's itchy. Must be this. Must be this new. I haven't worn this before. Karina bought me this in Bogota, and this is the first time I've worn it. I carried it through the airport. I put it on the plane, and I haven't worn it. This is the first day I wore it. Chris and Emma have added her name on my account. Okay. Wondering Terria, it is around a 4-month turnaround from midway to the welcome letter. Yeah, it's about right. It's getting quicker. Some are getting done in 2 months. I have a visit to America planned for around the 4-month mark. So you're going to come to the United States on a B2 tourist visa. Okay, that's fine. Bud Garcia, okay, thank you. You have told me on everything, and it's been right every time. I'm never wrong. Well, I have an accuracy rate of 99.9%. And we're glad that the information I give you guys is right on the money, because I don't want to see you fail. I want to see you get your visas, okay? Let me see here. USCIS still has my K1 packet. Okay. So they're going to mail it to the MVC. They mail them. They mail the K1s off to the MVC in bulk. They wait for a bunch of them, and then they send them out. Johnson, Bud Garcia, I don't understand why my USCIS still has my packet, because I haven't shipped it yet. Because of Jesus channel, thanks for the information. God bless you, and God bless you. No problem. Because of Jesus channel. That's a good channel right there. I like that. You all should subscribe to his channel. Johnson M. Diego has been sharing real information with everyone in his free videos. Don't you like the free part? I mean, I could set up this YouTube channel where you got to pay for a membership to get this information, but I'm not going to do that. YouTube says, hey, why don't you set up a membership where you charge people to join the channel? No, why would I want to do that? You guys pay enough in visa fees and plane tickets and wedding rings, engagement rings, and weddings and wedding dresses. You got enough to pay for. So this is totally free. Be kind and hit the like to support Diego. Now, Johnson M, I like that, okay? I never, ever ask you guys to like the channel or subscribe to it. This is your channel. It belongs to you guys. I run it for you guys. It's free information. But you'll never hear me say like and subscribe. That sucks. When I switch on a YouTube channel and I watch it, the first thing they tell me is like and subscribe. Well, why should I like it? I haven't even seen your video yet. And why should I subscribe? I don't even know if I like your channel. So why are you telling me to do this? It's like they're panhandlers, like and subscribe. It's like they're sitting on the corner. Give me. No, you like it or you don't, Let me see. GLK Dog 01. Hey, Diego, I got a 221G, but the consular said that in 2 weeks they will send me the visa. There you go. It was an easy fix, right? On the 221G. Denise Jefferson, we have paid for the DS-160. No, it's free. The DS-160 is a free form. Denise, listen. When you submit the DS-160, that is a free submission. It's no charge. What you paid for was for the visa interview or your beneficiary. You paid for the processing of the visa. There's a difference. So you didn't pay for the DS-160, Denise. That's a totally free form. What you paid for was the visa interview process for the green card. What is the site to book an appointment? U.S. Travel Docs. The State Department has created U.S. Travel Docs, okay? What do I need from the receipt to make an appointment in the event that I get lucky? Well, you need the case number, and that's all people are at. That's all immigration's asking for. I haven't seen people asking for invoice numbers. But if you have the invoice number, be ready with that. So have the case number and the invoice number if you have it. But when I filed, what I did in our process in Bogota, Colombia was this. I got the ready status from the embassy in Bogota. I sent them an email. I said, por favor, please, can you send me the packet 3, packet 4 email with the instructions on what to do? I just got ready status. I don't know what to do. I know what to do. I just told them I didn't know what to do, but I know what to do. They sent me an email back in a day and a half, and they said in about 2 to 3 weeks, you'll get your packet 3, packet 4 email with the instructions on how to process your K-1 visa. Please be patient. We're very busy. I backed right off. I said, okay. I called Karina. I said, hey, we got to wait 2 or 3 weeks for this K-1 packet 3, packet 4 email. And Karina's like, okay, I'm cool. And then she goes, to hang out with her friends or whatever. She went to make some cakes, whatever. No big deal. 11 days later, I got the packet 3, packet 4 email. It was like a week and a few days, a week and a half. I got the packet 3, packet 4 email with the instructions on how to pay for the visa interview, to fill out the DS-160, to schedule the biometrics, and to schedule the visa interview. So I waited a couple of days. I didn't realize I could do it right away. I was just busy doing stuff. I went online and I did the DS-160. I sent it and I submitted it. But I did that after I paid the visa fee. Okay. I paid the visa fee, $265, filled out the DS-160 with Karina over the phone, printed the confirmation page. Then I looked on for biometrics and a visa appointment. And right there, a calendar opened up for me from the link I clicked on from the packet 3, packet 4 email. When I got the packet 3, packet 4 email, there was a link I clicked on. It said, go here and pay. I'm like, okay. I went there and I paid. And then boom, I got an automatic receipt back with the payment, the MRV receipt, and a calendar popped up with schedule your biometrics. And then another calendar popped up with schedule your visa interview. And there were only Nevada. Why do I got Nevada on my brain? Only November was available. There was 1 day left, November 16th. And November 9th was the biometrics, November. So that was it. Boom, boom. I took those days. December was already filled up. And I couldn't get into 2024 in January. They wouldn't let me go into 2024. So that's how I did it. From the packet 3, packet 4 email, the directions from the embassy, they told me exactly how to do it. But if you've paid for the visa fee and you haven't received the packet 3, packet 4 email, Denise, where do I make the inquiry for the packet 4, packet 3 email? The embassy. Send the embassy in Nigeria an email asking them for the packet 3, packet 4 list of instructions to schedule the visa interview. If they don't respond to you for a week or 5 days, go into the SEAC account, go into U.S. Travel Docs, page down for Nigeria, click on Nigeria, and see if you can schedule the visa interview through the U.S. Travel Docs, which is a SEAC account, which is a State Department funded, managed email website. I'll help you, Denise. I'll help you. I'll get you through it. But first, email the embassy and ask them for the packet 3, packet 4 email with the instructions to schedule the visa interview, etc. Okay? Do that first, and then on the next live stream, tell me how that worked out. And if you didn't get any response on that, Then we'll go to the next level, which is going through the State Department SEAC account. All right, Denise, you got it? Come on now, you got this, okay? All right. All right, Denise has got it. I can't do this in Brazil. Apparently, this is rude in Brazil. So if you're in Brazil watching and I do this, don't be offended, okay? Because I didn't know that till today. I just learned doing this in Brazil is offensive. I'm like, go figure, right? But it is. So if you're watching from Brazil, don't be offended. Let me see here. I don't want to miss anybody's question. GLK Doggo 1, that they were going to check something out. Okay, they just checked something out and you got your visa. Bud Garcia, so you still think I will hear something by next month, even though it's not being mailed out to the MVC? Yeah, I do. What'll happen is the USCIS will send it to MVC. The MVC is going to jump right on it. They don't want to hold on to it. If it's been at the USCIS for this long, MVC will process it quicker. But it's Thailand, right? So they're processing K1 visas in Bangkok, Thailand. You'll be all right. Don't worry. Just try to relax. I know it's easy for me to say. Karina's already here. And she's Mrs. Ross already. She's Mrs. Ross. And she's happy as a clam. And it's easy for me to say, but you understand, right? I've been doing this YouTube channel for over a year. And you have watched this process with us from NOA 1 to NOA 2 to MVC welcome letter to in transit to ready status to packet 3, packet 4 to scheduling the visa interview. You've been through it all with us. And we've tried to help you understand the process as simply as possible so you don't get all discombobulated and confused. Antonio, how's your wife liking Florida? ¿Te gusta Florida, mi amor? Florida is good. It's cold. It's cold. We went to Pensacola. We did the repeat medical exam for her green card. And they put it in a sealed envelope and they taped it and they stamped it, U.S. Homeland Security, do not open this. And I said, and then they explained to me how to send it. I said, all right, I know how to do this already. But I listened to him. Okay. And then we went to Walmart. We had to buy some bread and some, what else? Some sour cream and some cheese. And we went to a store called Michael's, and Karina was looking at stuff for her cake company that she's going to start. And then we went to TJ Maxx, and we were looking at clothes. It was a good day. And then we came home, and we fed the cat. We bought the cat this new water bowl. Denise Jefferson, whoa, look at that super chat, Denise. Thank you, Denise. You are an angel supporter of this channel, okay? You're an executive producer. Denise Jefferson, thank you, Diego and Karina.
Gracias.
This information would have cost me $200 through an attorney. Yeah, I give it to free. I do it free. And the super chats are appreciated. That super chat, Denise, is going towards the reception I just paid for. I paid for everybody's lunch at El Paso's Mexican restaurant in Navarre. They don't pay me to say that. It cost me an arm and a leg. And the super chats, they're helping recuperate that. So you guys eventually are going to pay for the reception. And we love you guys. Denise especially. Yes. We appreciate all of your help and dedication to this process. Denise, I promised you, as soon as I got this K1 visa approved for Karina, got her to America, got married, I wouldn't leave the channel. I wouldn't abandon you guys to the wolves of immigration. Okay? Just think, they're like the wolves. They're the lobos, right? But you come on the channel, and we fend off all the wolves for you, and we answer the questions for you and help you get through it. It's a good deal. And I think our cat Tokyo he's whining at the door. He wants to come in. So Denise, we're here for you, Denise. Thanks for that super chat. Thank you. That's really helping us with it's going to really help us with the reception launch. It cost me a fortune, but it was worth it to have all of our friends eat lunch with us and break bread and celebrate the big day. Let me see. Denise, once again, where do I make the inquiry for the packet 3, packet 4 email? the embassy. Email the embassy in Lagos, Nigeria, and ask them for it. And wait about 5 days. If you don't hear from them, what's today? Que dia? It's Mercules. If you don't hear by Saturday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, by the next live stream on Monday, let me know, and I will guide you to the next step. I will type in the email, I'll type in the URL that you need to process your visa interview, okay? But right now, don't do that. Right now, see if you can get the packet 3, packet 4 email first, because it's so much easier from that email to do it. Ted, whose last name I can't pronounce. Colonel, it's the Colonel. Congrats on your wedding. My fiance feels she can work as soon as she gets here. No, she can't. Will this get her in trouble? Yes, it will. You cannot work in the United States without a green card or an employment authorization document. Okay? You can't do that. Karina wants to start her cake business. She's an entrepreneur. I want to start this coffee distribution thing. She wants to start her cake business, right? We're in Michael's, we're walking around this store called Michael's, and Karina's picking out all the stuff that she wants for her business. And she says, I want to start making cakes. I said, if you make cakes, you can give them away, but you can't sell them. You can give them away, but you can't sell them until you get your green card. Okay? Don't start working, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. If you are a beneficiary, we want you to come to America and become millionaires. Put in your head, I'm going to be a millionaire in 4 years, right? But don't start the process until you have your green card or EAD document, so you don't get in trouble, because immigration don't like it if you work without authorization. Bud Garcia, yes, it's Thailand. I didn't forget you, Bud. And Archer, hello, Mr. Diego and Karina. Now, Archer is from Algeria, and he went through the whole K1 visa process through this channel and got his visa, right? You learned from the channel how to do it, and now you're living happily ever after in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Is it snowing in Albuquerque? So Archer says, hello, Mr. Diego and Karina. Bud Garcia, Thailand it is. Colonel Ted, no, your wife cannot work without a green card. Okay? Don't do it. Because the government will find out. There's going to be somebody who's going to snitch her out. Oh, guess what? She was working without a green card. She didn't have an authorization. She didn't have an EAD document. Somebody will snitch her out. They will. People are like that. Bud Garcia, yes, I have. You have made me very positive about the process. Bud, you're going to get your K1 visa, okay? You're going to get it. You're going to get it. Just be patient. You qualify for the benefit, right? You totally qualify for it. You're good. Archer, USA, I have a question, Mr. Diego. If I may, anytime. This channel is your channel for questions. It's free and open. We got married. Well, that's the plan, right? That's the goal of the K1. And we send our adjustment of status package, so my visa is expired. Is it fine for me to travel inside the U.S. by airplane, or will it be a problem waiting on USCIS? Archer, you can travel anywhere you want in America that you want. You can go to Hawaii, Alaska, Nevada. You can go to New York if you want to freeze. You can go to California if you want to pay an arm and a leg for taxes. You can travel anywhere you want in the United States. Just make sure you got your passport. Okay? You're good. Thank you, Archer, says Archer. No problem. Dan Brooks, 254. Hey, brother, how was the wedding? It was great. It was awesome. On the beach. It was 65, 68 degrees, not a cloud in the sky, sunny sky, warm, breezy. And Captain Bill did a fantastic job. Our pastor did a fantastic job. Our friends showed up. It was family, okay? It was just a group of family, basically. And I said that you guys can share the wedding with us, so I made a little video. And Archer, if you want to travel in the United States, if you want to fly out of Albuquerque International Airport and go somewhere in the USA, you go right ahead and do it. You can do that. Eugene Benz. Hola, señor. Hola. Y señora Ross.
Gracias.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Felicidades. Gracias por la boda.
Gracias.
Thank you. It was good. Oscar recibo ayer su pasaporte actualizado, su paquete. Conseguimos boletos para venir a Estados Unidos. Okay, so you bought your plane tickets, and on February 1st, you are flying to the United States, right? That's right. Keep the boarding passes. If you are accompanying your beneficiary to the USA, Eugene, keep those boarding passes and include them in your green card application as evidence of travel that you went and returned and you accompanied your beneficiary, in the video. You accompanied your beneficiary to the United States. Okay? Immigration like to see that. Chris and ML, so when will I find out about the Freedom of Information process? On the 12th. It depends on how busy they are, but they usually takes about 2 weeks. Archer, yes, thank you. No snow today. Okay, so there's no snow in Albuquerque today. Tomorrow could be, right? Mañana es posible. I lived in Albuquerque for 4 years, and it snowed every winter. I couldn't stand it. I loved Albuquerque. I loved going to the Sandia Mountains. I loved the green chili at Blake's Lauterberg. It was great. I love Albuquerque, New Mexico. I just didn't like the weather in the wintertime. If the weather was good if it wasn't at 5,300 feet above sea level, and if it didn't snow, and if they didn't have an income tax on income, the state income tax, I would live in New Mexico. But they like to tax your income in New Mexico. In Florida, they don't. So we're in Florida. Here it's tax friendly. I don't like giving money to the government because they waste it on so much garbage. Seriously, they do. Denise Jefferson, once the beneficiary gets to the U.S., can he or she drive international DL? Yes. Until you get married. Yes. But once you get married and apply for the green card, no. While you're waiting to get married, you're getting your wedding plans together, right? You know that you got wedding plans in place, you just don't know the date. When your future husband gets to the United States, he can drive on his international driver's license, or she can, if you're watching this and you'd like to know the answer to the question. You can drive in the United States on an international or a Filipino or a German or an English or a French driver's license or a Colombian or Israeli or Iraqi driver's license. You can drive in the USA until you apply for the green card. As soon as you submit the package for your green card, then you become a legal permanent resident in process, right? Then you can't drive. Then you got to wait for your social security number. You got to wait for you don't have to wait for the green card, but you got to get a social security number to get a driver's license. You get that if when you fill out your 485, when you fill out your green card application, there's a box on there you can check that says, please process my social security number for me. And then there's another box that says you give the Homeland Security guys or ladies permission to release that information to the Social Security Administration, so you don't have to go hunt down a Social Security office and put up with a bunch of bureaucratic baloney from a Social Security officer. You can let Homeland Security process it all for you. That's what we're going to do. But you cannot drive unless you got a Social Security. If you can drive all the while you're on the I-94, which is the entry into the USA. But as soon as you apply for your green card and it's in the mail, you cannot drive. Because if you get into a car wreck and your green card is in process and you don't have a U.S. driver's license, you can get into serious trouble with Homeland Security. It's a deportable offense if you cause an accident that causes bodily injury to somebody. Okay. Without a driver's license, I'm talking about, and your international driver's license won't count. Bud Garcia, should my fiance get a new passport before she leaves Thailand because her passport expires in 2025? If you get a new passport, you can do that, but make sure you bring both passports to the embassy interview. You're going to put the K1 visa in the new passport, and then the old passport you can bring along and say, look, I just renewed my passport. Here's my new passport. Here's my old passport. They want to see both. Okay. Make sure when you fill out the DS-160 with your beneficiary, make sure you use the passport number from the new passport, not the old passport. Otherwise, that's a big problem. So go ahead and get a new passport. No problem. It's no big deal. You can do that. You got time. But make sure that you bring both passports to the embassy interview, that you use the new passport number for the DS-160. Okay, you got it? And for the adjustment of status paperwork. Arthur, Denise Jefferson, I'm driving with my Algerian driver's license, but make sure you ask the DMV of the state you're in. That's a good, Arthur. Don't get in trouble now. Don't get in trouble. Every state, I'm sure, has their own rules. I think in California, you can get a driver's license by just showing up. You don't have to show any paperwork or anything. Just show up and say you want a driver's license. But just check with your state. But here's my opinion. If you don't have your green card in your hand, don't drive. Okay? Don't do it. You don't want to risk your immigration status by getting into an accident, hurting somebody or whatever, and then immigration will find out about it just like that, because the police report will go to immigration, and then immigration will be making the decision on your case, on your green card. Well, he applied for his green card, but he just wrecked his car. He took out a stop sign and ran over the pastor's cat. Shall we approve his green card or not? It could be an issue. But if you have your green card in your hand and you have your U.S. driver's license in your hand, not your foreign driver's license, you're good to go. You run over the pastor's cat. Okay. Buy the pastor a new cat, apologize, pay your fine for reckless driving, and continue with your married life in America. But if you get into a car wreck and you don't have a green card and you're driving on an international driver's license, there's issues. Okay? Trust me, please listen to my words, guys. April Flower, hi Diego. Our case is in transit. Ooh, it's on a plane. How long does it take to get the ready status? April Flower, you're going to have to remind me what country. Which country? April, I can't remember. Arthur, note my driver's license written in Arabic and French, no English. So Arthur, you're driving on an Arabic French driver's license without a green card. Okay. That's high risk if your green card's in process. Let me see. Karina's going to help me here. ECAS, just make sure biometrics and police certificate are the same, because in my case, I haven't heard anything about the term biometrics. Okay, biometrics is your fingerprints. You like my wedding ring? Look at that. Karina and I, we got our wedding rings in Bogota. Biometrics is a face picture and fingerprints. It's got nothing to do with police certificates. Police certificates are different. Okay, police certificates are from the country you live in or other countries you've lived in longer than 6 months. Unless it's Saudi Arabia, then if you're, let's suppose you're Filipino, a beautiful Filipino, worked in Saudi Arabia for a year, went back to the Philippines, met an American, and you're engaged and you want to get married, it's probably going to be impossible for you to get a Saudi Arabia police certificate. Okay? You get a waiver for that country. Arthur, LOL. Arthur, be careful. Arthur, you're driving in Albuquerque, New Mexico, in the mountains, with a French-Arabic driver's license and a green card in process. If you get into an accident, if you wreck your car, if something happens, that can significantly impact your green card application. Pay attention. Larry Piercy, can I get a lot of the medical done, immunizations, or whatever you can do ahead of time? You can get the immunizations done. I have a lot of things needed in Thailand. Larry, If you can get all your beneficiaries' immunizations done in Thailand, get them done. I got every single one of Karina's immunizations done in Bogota, Colombia. It was $400. When she went for her second medical exam in Pensacola, Florida, it would have cost me over $1,200, maybe close to $1,500 here in Florida to get her vaccinations done. So I saved $600, which I can use for Karina to buy us some nice clothes instead of giving it to a doctor in Florida for vaccinations. Get them done in Thailand. It's a lot cheaper. But the medical exam, you got to get done by a civil surgeon approved by the State Department in Bangkok. Candy Caramel, hi Diego. Candy, what's going on, Candy? April Flower, we received our welcome letter by email. Will we also receive it by mail? No. The only letter you get 2 letters by mail. Okay? Now, this is V for Victory in England, right? So I can do that. Just don't do this in Brazil because you get in trouble. You get 2 letters in the mail. The NOA1 letter and the NOA2 letter, or an RFE if you happen to get an RFE. That's it. Everything else is email to the sponsor or the beneficiary, depending on what email address the embassy has. Candy says, congratulations, Mrs. Ross. Benedicciones para ti, Senora Ross. Karina's like, thank you. Marcos Rocha. Hi, Diego. We got in the States. Good. Very good. We got married and filed adjustment of status. High five. Good job. We have our biometrics at the end of the month. Good job. Do you know what is involved at the biometrics and how long after? Okay, it takes 5 minutes to do the biometrics in the United States. 5 minutes. You go in, you do the fingerprints, you get a picture taken, and then they look at your passport, they look at your K1 visa, and that's it. Don't forget to bring the passport with the K1 visa in it. It's 5 minutes, and you're at it. So, Karina's probably going to have her biometrics in New Orleans. So we're going to drive 5 hours to New Orleans for a 5-minute interview. But we're going to make a weekend out of it, and I can show Karina New Orleans. Maybe we're going on a boat ride down the Mississippi. We're going to eat some great Cajun food. It's going to be a blast. Marcos Rocha, get the green card. No, yeah. Denise Jefferson, Diego, I'm guessing Karina will do well with her cake business. Yeah, tú es infichero, tu compañía para tortas es muy bueno. Right, she will. She's a hard worker. Okay, but she is sure to become a millionaire signing up with a modeling agency. Señora, tu model, tu para fotos. Like Victoria's Secret, maybe. Oh. Your wife is absolutely gorgeous, sincerely. Tu muy hermosa. Thank you, Denise. Thank you, Denise. Thank you. Archer. No, Denise, you should be like modeling, Archer, how long it take for USIS to contact us since we filed our adjustment of status? It's been 14 days. It takes at least 3 to 4 months, Archer. They only returned my x-ray. Then they said it's large size to fit. Archer, don't worry about your medical exam stuff, okay? Don't even worry about that. And it's irrelevant. You applied for your green card. Now you wait for it. That's it. Wait for your green card. It takes 3 or 4 months. If you put together a good green card package, if you put together a real pitiful, real lazy green card application, it may take 6 months, and then you got to go do a face-to-face scary visa interview. Okay, put together a strong green card application, and then you don't have to go for a second interview. Bud Garcia, the only reason I asked about the passport is if it expires when she's here in the U.S., what happens if it expires when she's here with me? Well, you go to the U.S. Embassy, you go to the Thailand Consulate office. You can Google online, what's the nearest consular officer in the United States for Thailand. You set an appointment, you go to the consular office. It could be in Washington, D.C. It could be in another city. And you go to the consular office and renew the passport. Karina has a Venezuelan passport. It's good for 10 years. Okay. But by the time she gets to the point where she needs to renew her passport, she's going to be an American citizen with a U.S. passport. Her Venezuelan passport will be for decoration. Okay. She's going to have a U.S. passport. Karina's going to become an American. So she couldn't care less about her Venezuelan passport, right? Okay. Archer, the DMV, and also the police station. I asked him, Archer, the DMV and the police station are not Homeland Security. Okay? Homeland Security controls your life right now, not the DMV, not the police department in the Albuquerque. The Albuquerque Police Department in Bernalillo County don't control your life. The DMV in Albuquerque doesn't control your life. Guess who controls your life right now? Homeland Security's got you right here. If you get into a car accident without a U.S. driver's license and without a green card, as an immigrant awaiting adjudication for a green card, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. I'm not saying you don't know how to drive. I'm not saying you're going to have an accident. But what if some idiot hits you when you're driving? What if you're driving on, let's say you're on I-10 in New Orleans, and some idiot hits you in your car? There's going to be the police are going to show up, and you're going to give them your international, your Algerian driver's license, and then you got to provide proof of insurance, and then you don't. It's going to be a nightmare. Archer, your wife in Albuquerque needs to be driving you places. You need to stay out of your car. I'm serious. Bud Garcia, the only reason why I asked about the passport. Okay, I gotcha. Bill Carney. Diego, my wife came from Brazil. Okay. Don't do this in Brazil, okay? You get in trouble. With the K1 visa, she didn't take all of her vaccinations. Okay, no problem. Get them here in America. And yet she still has to finish them before submitting a green card. That's correct. You will not, Bill, your new wife will not get her green card without being fully vaccinated. Fully vaccinated. Okay? Do not submit for your green card application without your 693 form and your vaccination documentation fully completed, signed by a civil surgeon, and put into a sealed envelope. Go to the civil surgeon in wherever you live. I don't know which city you live in, but go there to your civil surgeon. Ask him to review your vaccination records. He will then or she will then tell you what vaccinations you need for your green card. And right here is the list that the doctor gave Karina in Pensacola. Get the vaccinations done. Go pay the $89 for the hepatitis B vaccination and the whatever it costs. Get them all done. And when you have all your vaccinations done, go ahead and submit for your green card. If you don't include the I-693 form in your green card application, you will get an RFE. And it's going to slow down your green card application by what? 2 months, 3 months? It's not worth it, right? Let me see. I'm trying to make sure I get all of these questions answered. So, Bill, go ahead and get those vaccinations completed before you submit the green card paperwork. Larry Piercy, can I get the docs to make me 2 civil medical exams? No, you can't. You cannot do an under the table deal with a civil surgeon that works for the State Department. That's why the State Department approves that doctor to process that 693. But you can pay. You can ask the civil surgeon. But here's what happened today. Karina had a medical exam, right? By the civil surgeon, approved by the State Department. I paid for the medical exam. He put the medical exam in a sealed the 693 in a sealed envelope, taped it, initialed the back, and stamped the front for USCIS Homeland Security only. Okay? He gave me a second copy for free. He said, hey, Diego, here's a second copy for you in case immigration lose this copy. I said, hey, man, thanks. So if they lose it, all I got to do is go back to the doctor's office and he'll put it in a new envelope and reseal it. Where do we do the biometrics? In Pensacola? No, the biometrics will be in New Orleans. I'm 90% sure they'll be done in New Orleans in the Homeland Security office in downtown New Orleans on the 5th or 6th floor. Now, there's no signs to this building, so you got to find it. I know exactly where it is. I've been there before, you know, but you got to know where it is. We're going to rent a hotel in New Orleans. We're going to spend the weekend in New Orleans. Karina's going to get the Queen tour of New Orleans, the Reina tour of New Orleans, and then we'll do the biometrics. It takes 5 minutes, and we're going to have a good time. Bill Kearney, is she able to do the shots without paying again for the whole medical exam? You don't have to pay for the medical exam if you have a copy of it in a sealed envelope. If you have a 693 form signed by a doctor, approved by the State Department, sealed in an envelope, just get the vaccinations, okay? But my recommendation is to repeat the medical exam. I just repeated the whole thing until today. I scheduled the appointment a week ago. We went to Pensacola. Doctor was real nice. He did the medical exam. He signed off on the 693. He signed off on her vaccinations. She didn't need any vaccinations. Totally complete. He put the document in a sealed envelope, taped it, signed it, and stamped it for USCIS only. Candy Caramel, hi Diego. Since 2 weeks plus, my packet of instructions is ready, but because I wanted to transfer to Nigeria, they said it isn't possible. So is it still late to fill out my DS-160? Candy, if you, okay, let's see here. You got the ready status, but you want to send it to Nigeria, right? You want to do the process in Lagos, Nigeria. You send the DS-160 to Lagos, Nigeria. You got to wait until you make sure that you know exactly where your K-1 visa is going to be adjudicated at. You got to make sure you know it's going to be adjudicated in Nigeria before you do the DS-160. Okay? You got that? Don't do anything until you know for sure your K-1 visa is going to be adjudicated in Lagos. Twan Benson. Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Ross from not so cold Miami. Twan, it's no frio in Miami. So it's not cold in Miami. It's cold here, but that's okay. By March, it's going to be warm. I have a question. The U.S. consulate did biometrics. Then why my immigration need to redo the biometrics again? Okay, here's the deal with immigration. I don't ever ask why. I just do. Okay? So here's the thing. Karina did her biometrics in Bogota, Colombia, which I paid for with the visa interview fee. Remember, the DS-160 is totally free form. I paid for the visa interview and the biometrics. Okay? We live here in the Panhandle of Florida, and we have to repeat. We repeated the medical exam in Pensacola by an approved doctor by the State Department. When we submit for the green card, we're going to get a letter back saying you got to do biometrics. Now, if you live in Phoenix, Arizona, your biometrics could be in Las Vegas. If you live in, like we live here in the Panhandle of Florida, we got to go to do the biometrics in New Orleans. Twan Benson, look at that super chat. Man, Twan, you are helping us pay off that big bill I got for the reception at El Paso Mexican restaurant. It was a big bill. I paid for everybody's lunch. And you guys are helping me cover it. We love you guys. Yes. Thank you. And Denise says, are you suggesting that all biometrics are handled in New Orleans? No. No matter where you live. No, Denise. Biometrics are handled by wherever immigration sends you. So I live here in the northern part of Florida, so we got to go to New Orleans for the biometrics. If you live in, let's say, Minnesota, you'll probably have to go to Minneapolis for the biometrics, or close to the state. Maybe it's going to be in Minnesota. It's a big state. Okay, so if you live in Miami, the biometrics will probably be done in Miami. But we live, here in the Panhandle, so we got to go to New Orleans. You got that, Denise? I don't know where you live, Denise. I don't know what state you live in. I can't remember. I think you told me. What is it? Was it Arizona? I can't remember. But if you're gonna go to the biometrics office that's close to where you live, the closest place for us is New Orleans, which is like a 5-hour drive. Let me see. Archer, like the live stream, ladies and gentlemen, to show Mr. Diego and Karina our support for all the info they provide. Archer, quit driving. Have your wife drive you around Albuquerque, okay? Stay off the roads until you get your green card and a U.S. driver's license. Larry Piercy, the Albuquerque Police Department is tough. I lived in Corrales. Okay. Larry, you're right. I need your list of vaccinations here in Pensacola. I need your list of vaccinations here in Pensacola. Sure. Denise Jefferson, Diego, are you suggesting all biometrics are handled in New Orleans? No. I'm thirsty. I'm going to take a drink of this, whatever's in here. I don't know what it is. But I'm thirsty. I'm thirsty. It's like lemonade. Denise, you don't have to if you live in Arizona, California, you're going to go to a different place. Where we live, the closest place is New Orleans. And Twan Benson, thank you, Twan, for that super chat. I'm serious. You're going to help us cover this this reception. I paid for like, what was it, like it was like 19 people, and they all ate the most expensive food they could find, including extra guacamole. Woo! Larry, I need the New Orleans hookup or directions. I don't have it right now. Next live stream, I'll give you the information, Larry. Okay, I don't have it in front of me right now, but I'll tell you where it is. Chris and Emil, yes, you have to go to New Orleans for the biometrics. Chris has just confirmed what I just said. And Emil, Bud Garcia, so the biometrics is part of the visa interview. No, it's not part of the visa interview. It's before the visa interview. You do the medical exam, you do the biometrics, which is the fingerprints and the photograph, and then you go to the visa interview. They're all separate things. Karina had her medical exam November 8th. She had the biometrics on November 9th. She went to the visa interview November 16th. Twan Benson, a little appreciation for all you do. Twan, thank you. Muchas gracias. Tú es muy amable. Gracias. Gracias. We appreciate, guys, we appreciate it. You know, I'm trying to save you money, okay? I'm trying to save you guys lots and lots of money from paying an immigration attorney to do this process. And I want to make a video tomorrow. I want to make 2 videos tomorrow, okay? How much does the K1 visa cost? How to pay for your visa fees? And I'm going to make a video tomorrow on the vaccinations that are required for a K1 visa. Okay, how about that? You like that? I'll make 2 videos tomorrow. Karina's going to hang out in the house. Tomorrow we're not going to leave the house. Today we were gone all day, here, there, everywhere. Today we're going to hang out in the house, and I'll make videos. And Larry, remind me, okay? I'll make a note for the biometrics in New Orleans. I'll get that information for you. And Twan, thanks again for that super chat. And Denise also. Larry, does the petitioner have to do the biometrics? No, immigration couldn't care less about the petitioner. They already checked him or her out at the MDC during the FBI check. You're done. They do the FBI check on the sponsor, the petitioner at the MVC, and that's it. Candy Caramel. No, they just said it's not possible for my file to be transferred to Nigeria because it's already ready. Okay, so you're going to have to do the K1 visa interview at the other place. So it's too late to start to fill it because unfortunately my daughter is not coming with me. Well, here's the thing. See if you can, if I remember rightly, you're going to have your visa interview in Abu Dhabi, right? Candy, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm trying to remember. You're going to have your visa interview in Abu Dhabi. Your daughter's not allowed into Abu Dhabi without a visa. She can't get a visa. Do the medical exam for your daughter in Nigeria, okay, by the civil surgeon, approved by the embassy. Bring the medical exam with you for your daughter to Abu Dhabi. Do your medical exam in Abu Dhabi. Bring that information plus your daughter's passport to the visa interview, and I'm pretty sure you'll get the K1 and the K2 visa, as long as you explain what happened. You got it? Candy, we're going to get your daughter to America. Don't cry in. We're going to get her here. Listen to what I just said. Do the medical exam in Nigeria for your daughter by the civil surgeon approved by the State Department, and her vaccinations. Get them all done. Bring that information with you to Abu Dhabi with her passport. Go to the visa interview in Abu Dhabi and say, my daughter's in Nigeria. I couldn't get her in the country without a visa. They wouldn't issue her a visa. But here's her medical exam and her passport. Then go back to Nigeria and you bring your kid, your daughter, to the USA. Got it? Don't do this in Brazil. Larry Piercy, thank you for the super chat. Man, Larry, you guys, I think by next week we'll have the reception covered for our lunch. Ooh, it was a big bill. I just looked at my credit card. Oh my, I'm like, man, woof, it was big, but everybody had fun. Larry, the petitioner doesn't have to do biometrics. No, it's all, the FBI's already done, checked out the sponsor by the MVC. Candy, I remember you're in your visa interview is going to be in Abu Dhabi. Go ahead and start the process. Fill out the DS-160 for you. Fill out the DS-160 for your daughter, even though she's in Nigeria. Fill out the DS-160 for you, the DS-160 for your daughter. Pay the visa fee for you, the visa fee for your daughter. Have your daughter do the medical exam in Nigeria. Get those documents and her passport in your hand. Bring them to the visa interview and tell the visa officer, the consular, say, look, my daughter's in Nigeria. I couldn't get her to here. They wouldn't give her a visa. Here's her medical exam. Here's her passport. Here's her DS-160. You got it? That's my advice. What's the worst case scenario? What's the worst case? That's the best case scenario I can think of to help you. That's all I can do to help you right now, because I don't control the visa process for Nigeria and Abu Dhabi. Let me see. So, Candy, your daughter will come with you. Right now, I'm going to help you get her here. Sharonjit Powell, for a household of 6, petitioner, beneficiary, 4 children, how much should a joint sponsor make? Joint sponsor not related, lives in a separate house alone, doesn't claim money, body, and taxes. Okay, so the joint sponsor is going to claim him or herself plus the 6 people, so that's 7 people. 7 people, okay, is what's going to be on the I-134. So that's going to be, I would say, at least, I'm going to guess here, this isn't accurate, but it's going to be at least $70,000 a year, at a minimum, $65,000, $70,000 a year. That's what the joint sponsor is going to have to make to cover 6 people plus him or herself, which is 7. Remember, the joint sponsor includes him or herself plus the 6 people. Okay, 70 grand is what I would say. But I'll look it up for you for the next live stream, give you the exact amount for 2023. But it's now 2024. In March of 2024, in a couple of months, that's going to change. The number's going to change. Denise, Diego, take a look at the weather in Utah today. You would never want to spend even an hour there. I agree. We're not going to go to Utah. I got my original tourist visa after a visit to California. I'm guessing that is where I'd go. After you visit California. I don't know. You live in California, Denise. If you live in California, I'm not sure if you do, but if you do, you're going to go the biometrics will be at the city closest to you in California. So when you file for the green card for your husband, you will get a letter from immigration saying, this is where the biometrics is going to be at. This is the place you're going to have to go. The address and the phone number. Okay. Chris got it. Okay, there it is. 1250 Poydras Street, number 1800, New Orleans. That is exactly correct. See, I'm on a live stream, so I can't look it up. Okay, but that is the exact address for the biometrics. I'm going to write that down in case anybody else has that question. Okay, and it's number 1800. Okay. You live in Utah. Okay, so Denise, you live in Utah, so we will go to California for biometrics. Possibly. There might be a place in Utah where you can go for biometrics. It might be. You'll wait for the letter. When you get your future husband in the USA, when you apply for the green card, immigration will send you a letter with an address to go to for the biometrics. It could be California, which is what, about a 6-hour drive from Utah. I don't know. You might be lucky. It might be in Salt Lake City. Let me see. So, but Chris and ML, great information there on the biometrics for in New Orleans. USCIS field office. That's right. That's exactly the right address. The visa fees are part of the biometric fee. That's correct. When you apply for the K1 visa, when you pay the visa fee, the $265, okay, that includes the biometrics in the embassy, for the embassy. So when I paid Karina's $265, she went to the biometrics and she got her visa processed. It was all included. When you file for the green card, there's a separate fee for the biometrics. And I can't remember, it's about $85, I think. I'm guessing it's about $85 for the biometrics. And then you got to pay for the green card, and you include the price together in the check. Okay, it's all going to be included per person. So if you bring 2 people to the USA, okay, you're going to submit a green card application for person A, the beneficiary, and you're going to submit a green card application for the K2. 2 separate packets, 2 separate checks, 2 separate I-865s, 2 separate I-864s, 2 separate I-693s, 2 separate packets. But you can put them together as separate packets in one envelope and mail it to immigration to process the green card. And Larry Piercy, thank you for that super chat. And Chris and Emil just posted the address for the biometrics in New Orleans. It's 1250 Poydras Street, number 1800, downtown New Orleans. It's in a big office building. Candy's in Abu Dhabi. I got you covered, Candy. We're going to get your daughter to the USA. Okay, you got it? Yes, I will do that. So they say I tried. That's right. Immigration, the embassy in Abu Dhabi, it's the United States territory. It's not Abu Dhabi territory. It's American territory. USA. They're going to say, okay, your daughter's in Nigeria. You couldn't get her to Abu Dhabi. You did the medical exam in Nigeria for your daughter. You did the vaccination, get all her vaccinations done, get all of her medical exam done. And then the biometrics. See if you can get the biometrics done in Nigeria by the embassy. Okay. Then you fill out the DS-160 for you and her, send it to Abu Dhabi, pay the visa fee for you and her to Abu Dhabi, schedule the visa interview for you and her in Abu Dhabi, go to the visa interview in Abu Dhabi, and then you say, my daughter is stuck in Nigeria. She couldn't get a visa to enter Abu Dhabi. And that's in the UAE, right? United Arab Emirates. Here is her medical exam. Here is her DS-160. Here is her passport. Boom. You'll get her K2. Then all you got to do is get her the passport back to her and then leave from Nigeria to the United States together as a family. Candy, yes, I will do that. So they see that I tried. That's my advice. That's how I recommend you do it. And see what they say. Denise lives in Utah. Denise, you could be going to, to a city in Utah for your biometrics. It could be possible. Chris and Emma, scroll down to put the zip code for your location of the field office. There you go. And Larry said he wrote it also. Great job, Larry. So Larry, you've got the address for the biometrics in New Orleans. Okay, that's good. And Larry, the doctor in Pensacola that does the medical exams for the State Department is Dr. Lucy on Underwood Drive in Pensacola. Write that down. But okay, thank you very much. No problem. New file. Hey, Diego, how long does it take to receive NOA1 after you send the adjustment of status application to Chicago? It depends. It could be 2 weeks, 10 days. It depends on how busy they are. I have to send my green card application for Karina to Chicago. I'm figuring about 10 days. Then you get the letter. You actually get the biometrics letter is what you get also. Chandrit Pool. My fiance doesn't live with the joint sponsor. Okay, so you're going to fill out if the joint sponsor doesn't live with your fiance, that's probably a good thing. If it's not a family member, then you're going to fill out the I-864. If your joint sponsor lives with you under the same roof, you fill out I-864A for affidavit of support. You're going to fill out the I-864. Chandrit Paul, my fiance doesn't live with the joint sponsor, so my fiance's dependents aren't included in household size, so why 70K? Okay, let me explain to you again what I just said, Chandrit. It's very easy. You got 6 people that he or she is sponsoring. That's 6 people. Plus himself or herself. That's 70 people. 70 people, 7 people are going to be on the affidavit of support. It's going to be around 70 grand to sponsor 7 people. At least. 65,000, somewhere in there, $70,000. It may be, I don't know, it could be 59 to 60,000, right? And I'm guessing, but I'm saying 70,000 will cover you for 7 people. 6 people to sponsor plus himself is 7 people. Let me see. Larry, did you get a cake from Karina for everything you paid for? Now, Karina is going to make a cake for me on my birthday. Tu preparando tortas para mi cumpleaños. Karina's going to make me a birthday cake, and I can't wait. I can't wait. Okay. New file. I am stressed out about my I-94 expiring before I receive my NOA1. Your I-94, if you have filed your green card application, okay, and you have received a text message or an email from immigration saying they have received your green card application, your I-94 is now irrelevant. It's irrelevant. You started a new clock. Okay? The day you sent the green card application to Chicago or Phoenix, wherever it is, you sent it, that day you mailed it, if you sent it by FedEx, that timestamp is extending your I-94. It's not extending your I-94, but it's basically changed the process in your favor for the green card. So now all you're going to do is don't worry if your I-94 expires. Don't worry about it. It's irrelevant. As long as you have submitted your green card application to Chicago or Phoenix or wherever, and you have proof that you sent it, and immigration sent you a text message because you included that form G485, whatever it is, where you get a text message saying they received it, your I-94 is no longer in play. Okay? So relax. So don't stress it, okay? The I-94 is irrelevant once you mail your green card package in within 90 days. Let's see. Lindsay Dorr, hi, how long does the embassy take to schedule an interview after documentary qualified? Okay, Lindsay Dorr, I'm going to assume that you are in an IR1 or a CR1 visa process, right? You're in a marriage visa process. And the MVC will schedule the interview for you after you are documentary qualified if there is an opening at the embassy. So it's all going to depend on how busy is the embassy. Okay? What country are we talking about? Lindsay, tell me the country. Larry says he's got it. Yeah, Larry, it's 1250 Poydras Street, number 1800, downtown New Orleans. And new file, quit stressing the I-94. If you mailed in your adjustment of status paperwork before your I-94 expired, you're perfectly now forget about the I-94. And Larry Piercy, Dr. Lucy practicing. Yeah, Dr. Lucy is on Underwood Drive in Pensacola. He is the only person in this area, Escambia, Santa Rosa, Okaloosa, that is approved by the State Department to do medical exams. Repeat the medical exam with Dr. Lucy. Get the white sealed envelope. It's $175 per person. Denise is talking to Candy. I'm happy that you're going to get your interview in Abu Dhabi. So far, the appointment process for an interview has been a pain in the buttocks. Yeah, it is. Praying for you and your baby girl. Denise, we're going to get Candy's and her baby in the USA. If she follows my advice, she's got a 90% shot. Fordang Nibalam. Hi, Diego. My fiance's name has one letter error on the K1 FTP. Can it be corrected at the embassy since it's already in transit? Yes, it can. Just tell the embassy when you get there they messed up the name. It wasn't your fault. And Larry's got Dr. Lucy bracketed. Dr. Lucy, Underwood Drive, Pensacola. You got to schedule, and Ashley's the secretary and the doctor, and she does a whole bunch of stuff. Okay? So Google Dr. Lucy's office in Pensacola, get the phone number, and plan for a new medical exam for your beneficiary. I'm going to save you a massive headache, a huge headache, because lots of people file their green cards. They send in their green card applications without their I-693 in a sealed envelope. They don't do it. Well, I had my medical exam in wherever, in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Don't do this in Brazil. And why do I got to repeat it? I'm not going to pay the money and repeat it. Okay. So the green card reaches the lockbox in Chicago or Phoenix, wherever, and they say, okay, where's the medical exam? Where is it? Where's the 693? Where is it? Donde? They send you an RFE. You open up the RFE. Oh, I got to get her medical exam. I got to do it. And then you got to run around and figure out who's the civil surgeon, who's approved, what vaccinations do I need. Don't fall into that trap, guys. When you send in your green card application, get a sealed envelope with a new 693 with the vaccinations, all complete, included in your green card application. Candy, but the embassy are the ones that recommend the clinic to use, so don't know if I use a private clinic. No, you cannot use a private clinic for her. It will be a problem because remember, you said I need to submit a document to the doctor when going for the medical. Yeah, Candy, find out who's the doctor in Nigeria approved by the State Department to do medical exams for K2s. Find out who that person is. Send that doctor an email and explain your situation. Tell the doctor, look, my daughter's stuck in Nigeria. My immigration interview is going to be in Abu Dhabi, UAE. Please, can I do her visa interview, her medical exam with you? Pay the doctor, get the medical exam done, get it in a sealed envelope, okay? And ask the doctor what documents he needs. You can email it to him. The secret of this success for you, Candy, in this very difficult situation, which I'm going to make it easy for you, get the medical exam, but first you got to contact the doctor who does the medical exams in Nigeria and ask him or her the process and explain your situation. Okay? That doctor who works for the U.S. State Department will know exactly how to help you and take care of you and get you your daughter her K2. Matt Burner. Hey, Matt, look at that. Man, look at that super chat. Matt Burner. Hola, Diego and querida. Me alegro mucho por ustedes. Mi viaje a Bogotá fue genial. Okay. Nuestro anyone fue so 28 de abril, ¿sí?
Oh, sí.
Okay. Así que cualquier día de estos, gracias por todo te ayuda en el camino.
Gracias.
No? Good job. Hey, Matt Burner, thank you for that super chat, guys. I mean, that money's going towards that reception launch, okay, for our wedding. So you guys are helping with our wedding, you know. Woof. I mean, when I said to my friends and my family, my brothers, my nephews, and I said, look, I'm paying you whatever you want. And guess what? They did. Woof. Anyway, I'm not complaining. It was good to be with family. And that super chat, Matt's going to go towards the reception, along with Denise, you know, and you guys and Larry. Thank you. Let's see here. David B. Hi, Diego. I received an email that our visa is being sent to our MVC. I sent an inquiry. They just told me that December 19th, our visa is being sent to the MVC. Are you, David B., are you in a K1 or a spousal visa? If you are in a K1 visa, it's going to go to the MVC. They'll adjudicate it for errors. If there's no errors, if there's an error in your visa package, they send it back to USCIS. If there's no errors, they will give you a case number, and they will then call the embassy and see how busy they are. If I don't know what country we're talking about, but if the embassy is not busy, they will ship your visa package to the embassy, where then you will then get the in-transit status, then you'll get the ready status, and then they will send, the embassy will then send you an email with directions on how to process for the visa. I hope that helped you, David. Did you understand? New Foul, thank you, Diego, for your help. That's why we're here, right? We are here for you guys, to help you. David, country for me is Mexico. Okay, so what's going to happen is Mexico, the embassy in Mexico is either going to be in Ciudad Juarez or Mexico City. Mexico, they've been scheduling K1 visa interviews for the beneficiaries. Mexico is one of the countries out of the 200 plus that does actually schedule the interview. Okay, so now you're going to just wait for the consulate in either Mexico, the embassy in Mexico City, or the consulate in Ciudad Juarez to contact you. Okay. John Wick, hey Diego, really excited. My fiance has her visa interview the 9th of February. How many days after she's approved does she get her visa? And is it business days or weekends count for the time frame? No. Dominican Republic. Okay, here's the deal, John. Weekends don't count. Holidays don't count. Okay, now Colombia, they got more holidays in Colombia than any other country in the world. I think there's only one other country that's got more vacation time than Colombia, and I can't remember what it is, but Colombia is like number 2 in the world for vacations. So here we are in Colombia in November. Karina gets her visa approved, then we have to get this Interpol police certificate. So we go into December. December is like every day is a vacation. And Karina's like looking at the calendar going, this is a vacation day. This is a vacation day. They're closed. We're going to be here till January. Guess what? We were in Colombia until January 3rd. December in Colombia is like a vacation. The whole month is a vacation, basically. So it will take probably, once you get the visa interview done, probably by the 19th of February, she will have her passport back in her hands at the max. I would say by the 19th of February, okay? John, you got that. John Wick. Angel Tate, congratulations, Karina and Diego. Thank you, Angel. I love those, like, what do they call them? Emojis? What are they? I don't know. Karina knows. How are you like in Florida? Angel, pregunta para ti. Karina's like, right now she's bien. Because it's cold. It's frío. Clima es horrible aquí. Karina's very happy. She's good. She's happy to be with me. But the weather's cold. We're not in Miami. Twan's in Miami. He's in Miami. He can go outside. It's 80 degrees. We go outside. It's like 34 degrees. So John Wick, good job on you getting your visa interview for the 9th of February. Give it about a week or so for the Dominican Republic to get the passport in her hand, okay? Give it 2 weeks max. Angel, Karina likes Florida. Rohit Patel, hey, beautiful couple, looking cute together. Okay, guapo, guapa. Yes. Lindsay Doe, category IR1 Haiti. So you're in a spousal visa in Haiti. So the U.S. Embassy in Haiti, okay, will get a notice from the National Visa Center that they are going to schedule your visa interview. But Haiti, Lindsay, right now, Haiti is running slow. I don't know if there's political problems in Haiti. Is Haiti, is there issues with the border between Haiti and the Dominican Republic? Is the embassy closed in Haiti? I can check on that for you. But Lindsay, don't be surprised if it's going to be slow for you getting it done, because Haiti is not processing visas as fast as we would like for them to do. Larry Piercy, Dr. Lucy, looks shady, 1 star. Larry, Dr. Lucy is the only person that can sign the papers for your doctor, for your beautiful soon-to-be wife to get her green card. So don't worry if he's got 1 star, 5 stars, or no stars. He's the guy you're going to go to. Okay? So shady or not, Dr. Lucy is a good doctor. He was very, very nice to Karina today. He took care of her physical, and he signed off on her papers, put them in a signed envelope. Very efficient, very professional, and a quick turnaround. So don't even pay attention to people that write bad reviews on Google because they get mad because Dr. Lucy needed something from them and they couldn't provide it, so they wrote him a bad review. Remember, Dr. Lucy is approved and documented by the State Department as a doctor for K-1s and spousal visas. The State Department has complete confidence in him to do this process, and he's been doing it for years. He did a great job with Karina. I'll write him a 5-star review. Will that make you feel better? Rohit Patel, is Mumbai embassy fast or slow for 2024? They're processing visas every day, and it's not an embassy. Rohit Patel, it's a consulate. In Mumbai, it's a consulate, not an embassy. The U.S. Embassy in India is in New Delhi, and they don't process K-1 visas. The consulate, okay, is in Mumbai. Don't get those two confused, please. And Matt Berner, thank you again for that super chat, and congratulations to you also. Now, Matt, what country? Is it Bogota? Is Colombia?
No lo sé.
Is it which country, Matt? But I know Thailand has a lot of vacation days. Thailand might be number 1, but Colombia is number 2. They got more vacation. They get more time off. I was in Colombia for 2 years. All right, I lived in Colombia for 2 years, back and forth on an M visa. The Colombian government graciously gave me permission to live in Colombia for a year. And I said to Karina, hey, let's go to the store. We ran out of whatever. Oh, no, we can't. The store's closed today. What do you mean the store's closed? Oh, it's a holiday. It's whatever day it is. It's the Saint Greenery Day of whatever. I'm like, okay, what about tomorrow? No, they're closed tomorrow. What do you mean they're closed? Well, that's the continuation of today's holiday. I'm like, okay, man, I should become a Colombian. They got so much time off. It's like unreal. But I'm not bashing Colombia. It's a beautiful country. And the people are just wonderful. David, K1. Okay. So David is in a K1 visa. And, the process, like I said, thank you. So no other forms need to be completed at this time. My fiance did her police certification already. No, you're good. Now, remember, when you file for your green card, don't include Form I-130. It's irrelevant. It's got absolutely nothing to do with the green card application for a K-1 visa. People are sending me messages. How do I fill out the I-130? And I respond back, what are you filing a spousal visa? No, I'm filing a K-1. I'm filing for my green card. I got married. I'm on a K-1. Now we're in I-94. You don't file an I-130 for a green card application on a K-1 visa. Okay, Matt's in Colombia, Bogota. So you're flying from Bogota. Okay, gotcha. I understand, Matt. I was just in Bogota. January 3rd was my last day in Colombia with Karina for a long time. Now, I love Colombia, but we're not going to go back until Karina's Americanized. So David B, no other forms? Nope. Dustin, my fiance got married in 2015. Okay. Found out he was already married. Can't do that. That's illegal. Tried to annul it. It should have been easy, but couldn't wait for it to process. That was a mistake. She left it alone, and he has since passed away and unable to get a death certificate. Dustin, it's not difficult to get a death certificate. You go to a federal judge or this is where you need an immigration attorney, okay? This is when an immigration attorney is perfect. You hire an immigration attorney. They'll charge you probably $500 and they will get the death certificate, okay? Dustin, all right? So your fiance got married. He was already married, so it was an illegal marriage. Couldn't get it annulled. She left it alone. Big mistake. And he has since passed away. Okay. Get the death certificate. Go to an immigration attorney. Explain what happened. And the immigration attorney will file a subpoena for that death certificate. Okay. Larry. Okay. Good to go. Thumbs up. Larry. You hang out with Karina and I on this channel. You're going to have complete success with your K-1 visa, okay? As long as you qualify for the benefit, which I'm sure you do. Bud Garcia, yes, I do. It is hard to work in Thailand because of the holidays. They got more holidays in Thailand, I think, than Colombia. But it is nice to have the days off so I can spend it with my fiance. You are absolutely right. And Larry Piercy says Thailand every day is a vacation. And that's correct. My dad lives in Chiang Mai, Thailand, with his beautiful wife. And, after my mom died, my dad remarried a lady from Thailand, and he didn't come back home. He stayed in Thailand. He wants me to go there. I said, no, it's 24 hours on a plane. My backside couldn't handle 24 hours on a plane. And I said, you come here. So he came to visit me when I was in the Navy in Pensacola, and now he wants me to go there. But I'm not flying to Thailand. That's it. Bud Garcia gets the last word. Yes, it is Larry. Thanks, guys, for the super chats. We will see you, what's today, Wednesday? So on Saturday at 6 p.m., we'll see you on Saturday for the live stream. And Juanita, where is Juanita? I have got the email address for Juanita for the presidential letter in Colombia. But she's not online today, so I'll save it for another stream. Thanks for the super chats. You helped us significantly. You helped me pay off this reception I paid for at the Mexican restaurant. See you guys on Saturday.